Today, good morning students. Today we will start with another topic in retail management. We have studied what is retail management, its origin, its growth. We have also studied about what are the reasons for the growth of retail management. All these things we have covered in the previous class. In today's class we will study about what are the various functions of a retailer. There are various functions that a retailer does. So we will try to understand and explore what are the various functions of a retailer. These functions are essential from the customer and manufacturer point of view because of these reasons only we need a retailer in the complete retail management system. Otherwise there is no need of it. The retailer does these functions, that is the reason retailer forms a very important part in the retail management. So in C, what are the major things that a retailer does? Retailer provides utility to both customers and manufacturers. This is the first thing. Utility. Okay. Utility means what? Utility is value. Addition of value. Addition of value in the sense in what? It may be in the form factor, time factor and place factor. When it comes to form, retailer gives products as the consumer wants. A retailer doesn't provide in bulk. It breaks the bulk and provides in manageable quantities, in small quantities, the products which the consumer wants. This is one of the major reasons or one of the major functions of retailing, to give utility, form a utility, and this utility is very important. Apart from utility, there is time utility. What is time utility? Time utility means the convenience or the value of time. A customer can go to a retailer and can buy a product at any point of time, any day, at any point of time, at manageable hours, at the periods of time a consumer wants to get a product, can get a product from the retail organization. And nowadays, since online retail has also developed so much, even if you want, you can do it conveniently at your own time, in your own place, in your own home. So this type of time utility is provided by retailers. Apart from time utility and form utility, place utility is also being provided by retailers. What is place utility? It means nowadays these retail shops are available just nearby to your home. So you need not go very far to get the products or services you need in your daily life. So they provide the place utility also. And if you go for online retailing, it is also place utility is available. Why? In online retailing, they provide the product directly to your home, at your doorstep, at your convenience. Okay, so the retailer provides the first thing, the first function of it is providing utility. It may be form utility, it may be time utility, and it may be place utility. So this is one of the major functions of a retailer. Now coming to the second point, what a retailer does is distribution and delivery. Distribution and delivery. Distribution and delivery are also very important because a manufacturer manufactures the product, it sells to the wholesaler, stockist. Through all these things, this middle channel, it finally reaches the retailer. Because retailer, as we are studying in the previous class, retailer is the first point of contact with the customer. So it forms a part of the distribution channel of the manufacturer. So it helps in distribution of products and services to the final consumer. It may be product or it may be service, but it helps in the distribution. Another thing what it helps in? It helps in the delivery. What is delivery? Delivery means directly, physically, he provides the goods and services to the customers. This is very important because there are a lot of things. Suppose you go and buy a fridge, but are going and buying a AC. Okay, so in that case, it is always the retailer what he says that he will deliver the product at the given address. At the address you give, they will deliver the product. So this is one of the another functions of a retailer. They help in the delivery of the goods to the final consumers. This is also very important. These are also one of the functions of retail. So distribution and delivery. This, if they don't do it, then it will be very difficult on the part of customers to get the products properly in the right place at the right time, at the right moment when they require the products. Now, apart from distribution delivery, there is another function which a retailer does. That is what? Providing assortment. Providing assortment. Providing assortment. Providing assortment. What is assortment? Assortment is a combination of all products that are made available to the consumers from which they can choose from. It's a combination of products. Okay, and these assortments may also be product specific. Suppose, give you an example. If you go to a particular shop to buy a formal shirt for yourself, so the retailer provides you the assortment in the case like what are the various brands available, what are the various colors available, at what various price points do you need this, at what sizes do you need the shirt. So you need a particular shirt from a particular brand at a particular price point of a particular size. So you want this particular shirt, but you should have a choice, okay, or a combination of products from which you can choose. This combination or assortment is provided by the apparel retail shop. If you go to apparel retail shop, he will provide you for particular size 40. He will provide you what are the various colors available, what are the various brands available, and what are the various price points at which you can buy a size 40 shirt, formal shirt. So retailer provides these assortments, this combination of products which helps you, from which you can choose. So it is helpful for the customer to get the right product as per his or her convenience, or as per his or her interest, demand and buying capability. So providing assortment is one of the important functions of a retailer. Apart from providing utility assortments, the retailer also does another function, that is breaking the bulk. Breaking the bulk. Bulk means a large quantity of any product. Okay, a large quantity is known as bulk. What happens? The manufacturers cannot sell in small quantities to different consumers. It is not neither cost effective nor practical. So what happens, since the manufacturers cannot sell the products in bulk and the consumers also cannot buy the products in bulk because they may be having limited storage facility, they may be having other obligations, they may be having financial constraints, so they may not be able to buy in bulk. So what does the customer want? He wants to buy the products in small manageable quantities, in quantities in which he can store in his house, he can buy with the money he has. Okay, so what the retailer does, he is breaking the bulk. He buys in lot from big manufacturers and then breaks them into small lots and provides it to the customers. So what happens, the customer need not spend a lot of money, need not have a big storage place to keep the products. The retailer gives this facility to the consumers. The consumer can go to the retailer and buy products in small manageable quantities. In quantities he can keep in his house, he can buy with his financial status. So this is one of the important functions of retailer, which is helping both the manufacturer and the consumer. From the manufacturer point of view, it is cost effective because he cannot distribute or deliver small quantities of products to all consumers. Second, it is more practical approach for manufacturers. So they take the help of retailers. From consumers' point of view, why this breaking the bulk is very essential? Because the consumer, they may not be having space and therefore may not be having this buying capacity. So it is also helpful for them. So this is one of the another functions which a retailer does and why retailer is important for us. Apart from that, retailer does another thing, important function is holding the inventory. Holding the inventory. Okay. So what does retailer do? It holds the inventory. What is inventory? Inventory, as you must have read in previous class, inventory also must be read in production management and finance also. Inventory means finished goods and work in progress goods. These are all equivalent to inventory. But here in retail, when we say inventory, this generally means to the stocks available with the retail or the merchandise available for the retailer to be readily sold to the customer. So what happens? The retailer keeps this merchandise ready for the customer. Whenever the customer feels like, as and when the customer feels like he wants to buy a particular merchandise or a particular product from the retail shop, he can go and buy that. That is not a problem. These are retailer helps by holding inventory to make the products or merchandise readily available to the consumer. This is very important. What is readily available means at the time, at the place, at the right time, at the right place, at the right price. So these things are available and also in the right form, in the manageable quantities or the small quantities they want to buy, the consumer want to buy, they can buy the product. They need not be worried about whether they will get the product or not. So holding inventory is also one of the functions of retailer which makes it very essential in the a very essential function of retailer and makes him an indispensable part of the retail management. Apart from this holding inventory, the retailer also does a function of sorting. Sorting. What is, in order to understand sorting, we have to understand the complete objective of a manufacturer and a consumer. What does a manufacturer want? He wants to sell large quantities of product, okay, to few buyers. Why he wants to sell large quantity of products to few buyers and not many buyers, or small quantities many buyers? Because it will be more practical, more cost effective to the manufacturer. He can get more profits. There will be less transportation costs. So what he wants from the manufacturer point of view, he wants that he will sell large or bulk amount of products to few key buyers. That is the major interest area. Major from the point of view of the manufacturer is the major area, interest area. But what does a consumer want? Okay, the consumer wants to buy products in small quantities which are readily available to purchase at a convenient place, at a convenient time, at a convenient price. Okay, and the proper form. Okay, so what happens? The retailer does, he bridges the needs of the manufacturers and the buyers, consumers. What he does, he forms a bridge between them. It's a middle path. What he does, he buys in bulk. Here, where is breaking the bulk? He buys in bulk from the manufacturers and sells them in small, manageable quantities to the consumers. So what happens? Retailer bridges. It bridges the demands of both consumers and manufacturers. And by doing this, he becomes an indispensable part of the retail management in the distribution system. So he pleases both the manufacturer by bulk from them and also pleases the customers by making the products available in small manageable quantities at the right, with the right form, at the right time, at the right place, at the right price to the consumers. So when the consumers buy the product, they are happy. So this sorting facility is one of the important functions of a retailer. So sorting is one of the main key functions of a retailer. Apart from sorting, the retailers also performs the function of providing service. Providing service. What does the retailer do? The retailer provides various services to the consumers. By doing this, providing service to the consumers, it helps the consumer to make a purchase in a more hassle-free and convenient manner. What does it do? It has a number of facilities. Suppose we say EMI facility. What is an EMI facility? These are given by many retailers, online and offline, brick and mortar. Both the offline and online markets are now giving this EMI facility. It may be. So what does the retailer do? It creates this relationship with contracts with various banks or financing institutions, those who provide EMI facility. Why do they do it for the customers? Because many times the customer wants to buy the product now, but is not having the paying capacity. So what the retailer wants that the product should be sold, but also want that there should not be burden on the customers, there should be more demand. In order to have this more demand, the retailer gives these EMI facilities to the consumers, whereby the consumers are able to buy the products now and pay for it later. Okay, so this is one of the services given by the retailers. Another thing is that in retail companies, they have salespeople assisting the complete sale of products or services. What happens if you have proper salespeople? They will be able to explain what are the product usages, what are the product features, all the information regarding the product. These things are properly communicated, are properly explained to the consumer. Sometimes when the consumer buys technical products, he or she may not know all the features of the products, all the uses of the products, and why this product is better than other product. So here the work of salespeople, the salespeople who are appointed by a retailer is important, because these salespeople give this idea, this information to the people, telling them what to buy, what not to buy. So this is very helpful from the customer's point of view. The salespeople assist them in making a decision. Apart from salespeople, what happens? The retailer also has various websites or toll-free numbers. It has also FAQs, frequently asked questions. So what happens when a retailer gives these things, toll-free numbers, website and FAQs in the websites? The consumer, when he is going for a very complex or a technical purchase of a product or service, he can visit the website, talk to the customer care people by using these toll-free numbers and get adequate information about the product or the service which they are going to buy. All products and services are not very easy to buy. Some of them are very complex, which requires understanding, and sometimes the consumers may not have that knowledge. So the salespeople, these websites, these toll-free numbers, these frequently asked questions, FAQs, provide this information to the consumers. So thereby helping the consumers to make a better and more informed decision regarding the purchase of the product. So this is another facility, another service that is being provided by retailers. What apart from that they do? They also install and deliver the product at customer point. Okay, whenever you buy an AC or a TV, you go do the billing and then you give the address at which they will be installed or they will be delivered. So what happens? The retailers deliver the product at the particular place, at the customer's place, and also tells them when the installation person will come, because in the AC installation you cannot do it. Sometimes as today's TVs, big broad big TVs, so it is very difficult to mount those TVs on wall. So what does the retailer do? Or if you buy a refrigerator, installing a refrigerator is not easy. So this facility, this service is also given by the retailer, and the retailer sends qualified people for installing these products in your home. If you take the example of service, if you want to buy a Wi-Fi service, okay, you want to install Wi-Fi service in your home, so then only they also send people telling, or cable TV, they send people to install these services in your home. So thereby it enables the users. They need not go through the complex process of installing the equipments, installing the product in order to receive the service or product. So what happens? Now they can sit at ease, and qualified people who are being trained for installing these products and services come to your home at your convenience time, install these products. So this is also one of the services that is being provided by the retailers. So retailers provide these kind of services. This helps the consumers to make a purchase. Okay, this helps the consumer to understand what they are buying, how much they are paying for it, and how to use the product or services in a more better way. So this is one of the major functions of retailers. Apart from that, there is another function of which the retailer performs, is it forms a channel of communication. Okay, channel of communication. Channel of communication. The retailer forms a channel of communication between the manufacturer and the consumer. It forms a two-way channel. It's a two-way channel. How is a two-way channel? Because it links the manufacturers with the consumers and also links the consumers with the manufacturer. This is one of the very, very important functions of the retailer. Because if he doesn't know the communication process, the two-way communication process properly, it will be hampering either the manufacturer or the consumer, or both. So let me explain what is channel of communication, what do you mean by channel of communication. So what happens when a manufacturer is going to launch a product or to give any new features improvement or any offers that has been going in the particular product or service, this information is communicated not only by the promotion techniques but also through the retailers. The retailer, when you go to a shop that you buy a particular TV or an AC or a fridge, they will tell you the existing offers on that. If new products are available, they will be giving you this improved features that is available in the new model, and how and why you should buy the new model instead of the old model. All this information, all this communication from the manufacturer is given to the consumers. And this is done by whom? This is done by the retailer. It forms a communication part. It will tell you the consumers all this information. What happens by this? The consumer is able to make a more informed and knowledgeable decision regarding the purchase of the product. So, from the customer point of manufacturer point of view, the retailer does this form of communication by telling all this information to the consumer in order to make an informed purchase, knowledgeable purchase. From customer's point of view also it is very important. From customer point, what is sends information to the manufacturer. What it does, it sends the feedback of the customers, it sends the consumer complaints, it sends what is the major disabilities, what are the other features they want in a particular product. It also gives an idea about the demand of the consumers regarding its product line. It also helps in demand forecasting. These are the 4-5 major things that the retailer does. The manufacturer gets to know about the feedback of the current products. So he will know what the consumer is thinking. Retailer is the first point of contact with the end consumer. The retailer contacts the end consumer directly. So they will be able to get direct feedback from the end consumer and pass it on to the manufacturer. Also the consumer complaints. Why the consumer is not happy with a particular product or service. What can be done to improve those particular products and services. All these complaints are also being passed on by the retailer to the manufacturer. Also, the retailer will give an idea what are the products or services that are demanded more. Suppose a company has a particular product line of biscuits. So there is a particular biscuit which is highly sold and a particular biscuit this is not much people are buying. So this information from all retailers is escalated maybe to the suppliers, then the suppliers, the wholesalers, to the stockists, then finally to the manufacturer. So from all retailers and from all these middlemen, what does the manufacturer gather information? He knows that is in the complete product line of all varieties of biscuits is selling, there are particular brand of biscuit is selling more in comparison to other. So he knows the demand for a particular biscuit brand is more in comparison to his other biscuit brand. So this demand changes or the demand of the consumers is directly known by the manufacturer only via the retailer. It is through retailer he gets this information. Also what? Depending on these demands, the manufacturer can make demand forecast that for a particular forthcoming quarter, how much of biscuits in each product category, in each product brand I will make to satisfy the customer in order to satisfy the demand of the products. So this demand forecasting is also helping the manufacturer. And this all information, this feedback, this complaints, this demand, this customer preference data, all these things are being communicated by the retailer to the manufacturer. So retailer forms this two-way communication channel. It helps the manufacturer by providing all these details. It helps the consumer by giving them all the details regarding the product, features and the future forthcoming new product that is entering into the market. Another thing helps in the communication channel is what? It gives the manufacturer a chance to modify their products depending upon the feedback of the customers. Or if they see that a particular product in the product line is not performing well, is a failure, in order to remove that also, they get this feedback from the customers. So it also helps the manufacturer to modify and remove the products from the market as per the information it gets from retailer. So in this way, the retailer forms a two-way communication between the manufacturer and consumer, and thereby helps both the manufacturer and consumer. So this is one of the major functions of a retailer. Now coming to another function of retailer is transport and advertising functions. Transport and advertising. The retailer also helps in transport storage and advertising. What happens? A retailer always doesn't keep products from very big brands. It also keeps products from very small manufacturers, small local brands. So what happens? The small local brands cannot fight with the major brand. Okay. So what happens? If you take the example of a particular, like I say, take the example of a particular tea, or a particular, if you want to take small example of tea powder. So it is very difficult to have a local brand fight with a bigger brand like Tata tea is available in the market, or Taj Mahal is available. So all these things, it is very difficult for these local brands, a local tea company, manufacturer, to fight with these large companies. So what he will do, he will go to the retailer who finally sells to the end consumers. What will he do? He will then assist me in the storage, assist me in the transport, assist me in the advertising and promotion of my product. What happens when you go to a shop, a retail shop, to buy tea powder? What happens? The retailer will say, sir, no doubt, Tata Tea is one of the bigger brands, more established brands. But we have a very beautiful, effective, efficient, small manufacturer of tea. Suppose we say it is Mahesh Tea or Suresh Tea. So this is available, and this tea company manufacturer, even though it's a small manufacturer, is making very proper, good quality products, and you can buy them. So this recommendation is done by the retailer. This recommendation is very important, because the consumers may or may not know these small manufacturers completely. So how he comes to know about the small manufacturers? The retailer helps in recognizing, advertising and promotion of the small manufacturers. It directly communicates to the consumer, telling them that, okay, this is a very small manufacturer. Even though it's a small manufacturer, the product that is being given by the small manufacturer is of a better quality to help them in trial of these products. Suppose a customer buys this Mahesh tea or Suresh tea. What happens? And he likes it. From the next time, he will change his preference from buying Tata tea to this local brand. So in this way, the retailer helps the small manufacturers to get the products promoted, advertised, and also helps in the storage and transport also of the product. So this is also one of the major functions of a retailer, and due to all these functions that a retailer does, it is the functions, main functions, the retailer is an indispensable part of retail management. In retail management, the retailer, the functions make him so much important. You can know from the functions that I have discussed in the class. Okay, so today's class we have discussed only about the functions of the retailer. In next class we'll start with the what are the various retail sectors available in India. We'll send you the notes digitally. I want that you go through the notes. Okay, see where you are understanding. If you have any problems, you can contact me. Okay, no need to panic. Stay home, be prepared, read. Thank you.